festive night out with real energy? Pull up to the Hilarious Harvest Hangout at the Hidden History Museum on Saturday, November 15th at 7 p.m.
This is not your regular comedy show. We're talking live comedy, culture, and straight up good vibes inside one of the most unique venues in Los Angeles. Hosted by Tariq Nasheed and Dwan B, featuring comedy heavy hitters Chris Spencer, Daphne Springs, Mario Hodge, and more surprise guests in the building.
You don't want to miss this. Complimentary dinner is included, so come eat good, laugh hard, and connect with real people.
So we want to see you in the building. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com to get your tickets now. That's hiddenhistorymuseum.com.
That's right. hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Y'all need to come on down. What's going on? We in here. Y'all need to come on through. Get those tickets now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com, ladies and gentlemen. Come join me in a couple of weeks. It is going to be a vibe, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a stone vibe, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have y'all in here. I got on one of my player uncle hats. You understand me? Still a little cold going on. I'm getting over it. Still a little cold, but I'm here. I'm here with the family. I'm here. What's going on? I got the uncle outfit on. I feel very uncle-ish today. So hide your aunties. Oh, we gonna chop it up, ladies and gentlemen. So I look like Houdini. Oh man, I'm feeling much better. You know, it's still a little, it's getting the rest of it out, but I'm feeling much better. I'm here. I'm here for you guys. All right? Oh, we got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm gonna have the family do, I'm gonna need you guys to give me a nice retweet, repost this on Twitter, repost it on TikTok, repost it on Facebook, and some of your other platforms, ladies and gentlemen. Give me that retweet. All right? Yes, indeed. There's a lot of stuff we got to get into, family. Before I do that, can I shout some people out real quick? Let me get some good energy with the family. So you and Auntie, what's up, Anna? Shout out to Miss Anna Jackson. Shout out to Introvert Salesman, our good brother Ty Powell, FBA, Miss N, Kid Cash. Let me see my other mods. Nikki the God in here, the lovely Ebony Dean in here, Miss Kawami in the building, Jocelyn Street. Our great brother Michael Warden in the building, Pink Drip. Skinny Bones Jones in the building, respect to you. Respect to the crew, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Oh, man, family, we got to get into it. There's so much we got to cover. Oh, it's a lot we got to talk about on this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. And subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed. Yeah, should I hit the sauna, sweat it out? I might have to do that. Yeah, I know about Trump possibly going to war with Nigeria. It's heavy out here. It's heavy out here. But family, we've been talking about this for the last couple of days. You know, there was a hurricane down there in Jamaica. And a lot of Jamaicans, and let me say this, there are a lot of Jamaicans that I am cool with, got a lot of respect with, who's cool with me, in Jamaica and here. Let me say that off rip. I got a lot of Jamaicans. Can I go to Jamaica all the time? I have a great time when I go there. There's some cool Jamaicans. There's some Jamaicans who are cool. Very cool people. In New York, I got some great Jamaican folks that's cool as hell. One of my good barbers in New York, my brother Jake, he's Jamaican, good brother. A lot of good Jamaican folks. There are a lot of good Jamaican people. Let me say that. Unfortunately, you have the tether class who are not so good. And a lot of these people, they weren't good in Jamaica and they ain't good outside of Jamaica. And unfortunately, a part of the culture is denigrating foundational Black Americans, and that's been going on for a long time. And that's something that we simply can't ignore. Yes, are they good Jamaicans? Yes, but we cannot ignore some of the people who have a real bug in their ass about foundational Black Americans, and they've been having it for a long time. And we're seeing all of that play out now with this hurricane situation. Now, what happened down in Jamaica at one of the resorts after the hurricane, there was a woman who got online and she was kind of complaining about the food and the service, like, oh, you know, the service is, you know, I know there was a hurricane, but yeah, I'm getting this cheap food. Whoop-de-whoop. So she was complaining. So a lot of people use that as an opportunity to say, oh, see, this is why we hate the Black Americans. This is why we hate you niggas. Now, it turns out this woman was from Bermuda. She was a Caribbean herself. She wasn't even FBA. Nevertheless, that didn't stop people from dumping on us. That didn't stop them. And boy, the Jamaicans inside and out Jamaica, boy, they've been going in on Black Americans, saying we ain't shit, we're entitled. I'm going to play some of the videos, guys. I'm going to play as many of them as I can, just to give you an idea of what these people are talking about. They are going in on us. I'm going to go to my brother, Soul Food 66, because he compiled a lot of them. So that's why I'm just going to go to his page. He compiled a lot of the videos. I got a couple, but boy, he got a lot of them. So let me just go to his page and show with a lot of the vitriol. All right, hold on one second. They're calling us arrogant and, oh, they're going in. It's so many, damn. I'm going to just kind of go random. Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to try this one. Oh, hold on. What did I do? Okay, here we go. Let me try this. Hold on. Okay. All right, let me show y'all some of these videos. I'm just going to go through a bunch of them because it's a lot. Hold on. Shout out to brother Soul Food 66, Black and Native. Y'all follow that brother, by the way. Y'all follow Black and Native. But yeah, he compiled a lot of them. So I'm just going to go to that brother's page because he made a great compilation of all of them. Hold on.
I want to fix the airport so the people can go on them yard. Because frankly, I'm tired of them. And you know the funny thing is, it's not the people that are complaining, it's the ones that look like us that are complaining, and I do the most. So guess what? When I fix the airports and I go on a yard, and as for ungrateful people, don't come back.
Oh, so they're telling us not to come back. Oh, don't come back.
Y'all see why?
Oh, okay. Let me go to her. Let me go to this woman here. Oh, let me go. There's so many. Hold on. So many. Hold on.
Y'all don't see why West Indians don't like Americans? Y'all don't see like this week has it shown y'all why West Indians don't like Americans? The ignorance that Americans have shown this week is the reason why us West Indians do not like America.
We don't give a damn. Let me say that. I'm going to try not to interrupt, but man, hold on. I'm going to try not to interrupt, but man, I can't speak for everybody, but I think I do speak for a lot of people. Do y'all know how less of a damn I give? Do y'all give a damn? I'm not going to speak for you. Let me know if y'all give a damn. I really don't. Them jumping and see, this is why we don't like you Black Americans. Okay. And? Okay. What we gonna lose? What we losing? And yeah, they really going overboard with their accents, by the way. They're really doubling down on their accents. Oh, they feel comfortable to try to dogpile on us now. Let me play this. This is why we don't like you. Okay. Womp, womp. All right. Hold on.
Americans at all, at all. A lady was on TikTok complaining about the food that she was getting, The food.
And she was from Bermuda. She wasn't even FBA.
And she had a big bag of boxes of food that the people them gave to her, and she was complaining about the food that she was getting. What, honey? I seen another girl on TikTok complain that they weren't letting them leave Jamaica. I'm done. Y'all see why?
Okay. So All of them, they just all getting it off on us, boy. They all, this is why we don't like you, Bumba Clyde. This woman here, let's go her.
Americans, whoa there. Please watch your mouth when you're talking about the Jamaicans, okay? I'm not Jamaican, but I'm a West Indian woman, and what y'all not gonna do is try to fearmonger and spread weird narratives about the country. You don't know anything, and it's 2025 and your ignorance is showing. One thing about the Caribbean, disaster preparedness is a way of life. We've been doing it since we were kids. 2, most houses are reinforced by steel and are built with concrete. It's not the Weetabix houses you guys have. 3, when in times of disaster, people know how to come together and help each other. They're not fighting each other in Walmart for toilet paper and rations. We have more autopsy than that. We come together and we help each other. 4, your fear-mongering, tragedy porn, king fetish, whatever it is y'all have where all you just like are so gleeful when bad things happen to people.
Which we're not. What kind of weird projection is that? Nobody's happy. They project this weird stuff onto us.
And you use that as an opportunity to be performatively good. Keep that somewhere else.
Oh, so if we go down there and help them, well, you're being performative.
Jamaicans will deal and cope with tragedy however they see fit.
Okay.
If you didn't want your thoughts and prayers to elevate their spirits, keep them.
Okay. So they just complaining about everything. If we help, oh, okay, hold on.
Hotel, all-inclusive resort. Okay. This is a lunchbox that they gave us. This has...
So this is the woman.
What is this?
Let me get this straight. Jamaica is facing a catastrophic hurricane, and this is what you're complaining about? Look how many boxes you got in that bag, and all of them...
You know, that woman was Caribbean herself, by the way. So they keep acting like she's us. Hold on.
Hotel, all-inclusive resort. Okay. This is a lunchbox that they gave us. This has... what is this?
Let me get this straight. Jamaica is facing a catastrophic hurricane, and this is what you're complaining about? Look how many boxes you got in that bag, and all of them had food. Considering the situation, you're complaining about the types of food that you got to eat?
What is that? Okay, thank you. This is breakfast.
And again, this woman is Caribbean herself. This woman is not FBA. This is the video that they all acting a fool about.
This one, I guess, a little muffin.
What were you expecting? Steak, mashed potatoes, while the country awaited a Category 5 storm? Who shared the food? Locals, right? Let me get this straight. The locals who probably have their family at home worried sick about them because they're at work sharing food for your entitled, ungrateful ass, and you're sitting there laughing? What do you want? A refund? A refund for an act of God? Is that what it is? Secret's all-inclusive hotel planned the hurricane. And because you didn't get the types of food that you wanted, you took to TikTok, recorded the foods that you got, right? And decided to make a stink about it. For a very ungrateful, selfish wretch. Because when you think about it, the staff, who is a local, could have been home with their family, hunkering down, getting ready for this Category 5 hurricane. But they're at work, helping you, serving you food, so that your fat ass can... And this is how you thank them. This is how you thank them?
Okay, so it goes on and on and on and on. There's so many videos. Hold on.
Can you stop coming to our country? Just stop. Like, we know, because we've been watching it our whole lives, we know that your own government don't like Black Americans. We know that unless you are very wealthy in that country, that they don't care about you guys. That at best you're living in a very okay situation. If you're middle class, you still got poor cousins and poor aunties and poor uncles, right?
So yeah, see what I'm saying? All of this stuff, this ain't about the hurricane no more, family. They're saying all the stuff that's been pent up, that they've been wanting to say openly. Because let me tell you something. They say all this stuff. They've been saying this little stuff behind closed doors to each other for decades. Now, the hurricane, that's just a catalyst for them to say this bullshit that they've always been sitting around wanting to say. Now they're getting it off their chest. This is why you're poor, your government don't like you. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Come on. Come on. Get it on out. Get it all the way up. See, this is why delineation is very important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show some more. Come on, we're going to go through all of it. Come on. As much of it. It's so many. I'm going to go through as many as I can. But this is why delineation is important. Yeah, they're getting into some, well, you got poor cousins and what? So yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with that video and all the hurricane stuff. That's just a proxy. That's just a proxy for them to get down and say what they really wanted to say. Hold on.
It's like, what are y'all apologizing for? I would never in my life apologize for another black person's actions. Ever in life. I'm not kissing nobody's behind.
Okay, I think this is a sister from here. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Another thing. Black people, when y'all traveling to these countries like the Caribbean and stuff like that, can y'all please leave your entitlement at home?
Listen to that word entitlement. They always say entitlement. Listen to that term entitlement.
Please, leave it at home. Let me tell you, in Jamaica, the hotel workers, the service workers, they're the front line of tourism. They are literally there to make sure you have a great time when you reach the country.
Okay, I'm just going to go through as many as I can. I'm going to go through as many as I can, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go through some more. Right here, this dude here. So hold on.
And I just wanted to come on here to remind you, I'm not humble. I'm a black American. Big B, not the little one. Foundational black American A-dose. If black people really wanted to flex, we could.
Do it. Flex. I want to see y'all flex. I want to see what y'all gonna flex. Do it. Flex. Go ahead, flex. Go ahead, flex. You said y'all not humble, right? You said it. You said if y'all wanted to, y'all could flex. Flex.
Well, I'm going to flex tonight, big face man. I'm going to flex, but go ahead.
We want to see y'all flex.
Oh, you going to see it tonight.
Flex. Show us. Show us. What you going to flex? And all this is coming from the fact that y'all getting called out for your behavior in Jamaica while people are literally dying.
And your ass ain't over there helping them. You over there in New York somewhere on the East Coast.
And you coming online talking about we could flex. Flex what? Big B. Yeah, the B stands for back. Big back. Y'all keep on talking. You're getting called out for this kind of behavior. Entitled and annoying.
Entitled, listen to that word. They always say entitled. I want y'all to hear that entitled thing. We're going to get on that.
You came online talking about, I'm going to flex. Ma'am.
Okay. All right. I know some of y'all got tether fatigue. Oh, Lord. This one.
I know I didn't just see videos of folks.
This one right here, Lord. You know she had to get her 2 cents in.
In Jamaica.
Not her
Americans, black Americans in Jamaica, post-Hurricane Melissa, complaining about the food they were providing.
I can only do a few seconds of that clown. So yeah, all of them are trying to get it in. I can only do a few seconds of that clown. Okay, all right. Let me see. There's so many, but okay, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point, family. Well, let me play one from my page. Hold on. Let me play a couple from my page. This woman, boy, she was really going off. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, they're telling me, go back. Oh, go back.
To all the Americans down there, black Americans in the hotel and the resorts, who talking shit about the workers and about Jamaica. As soon as the airport opens, you all go home. Go home. Jamaicans didn't call y'all down there. You all know a storm was coming. A hurricane was coming. A whole of 10 days. Y'all knew this. Y'all have a chance to go home. You chose to stay. Then y'all talking shit, talking about food, and talking about Jamaicans treat us this way. Look what we eating for breakfast. Only name America for breakfast.
Okay. So this big back mammy. And here's the kicker, family. here's the kicker. This is the kicker. The woman who all of these tethers are complaining about, again, like I said, she's not even FBA. But again, they know this at this point. They know this, but it doesn't stop the opportunity for them to say what they've been feeling. They've been feeling like this. The irony is, there were foundational Black American tourists down there in Jamaica staying at the resorts. You know what the foundational Black Americans were doing? They were helping them clean up at the damn resort. There was some foundational Black American tourists. Hold on, let me show you the video. At a resort, they're there helping the staff clean up. You understand? Hold on. And there's somebody going around with a camera asking everybody where they're from. Hold on. Hold on.
I appreciate you, sir. Respect, respect. Yes, where are you from? Indiana. Pittsburgh, PA. Pittsburgh. New Jersey. Where are you from? Philadelphia. Jersey. Where are you from? All right, where are you from? Florida.
Okay, so foundational Black Americans are actually down there helping your ungrateful asses. While you're talking all that trash, our people are down there helping them for nothing. They ain't getting nothing out of it. They're like, yeah, we're going to help them out. That's what we do. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, delineation is important. This is why delineation is important, because people are ungrateful as hell. You help them, and they still find a way to talk shit. When I did a lot, did y'all see I was on TikTok the other day, and we had a Jamaican sister call up. She said, Bamba Clyde, hello, brother. We need help. We got the PayPal. Can you donate to the relief fund? With respect, ma'am, no thank you, because your people told us to stay out of your business. So that's what I'm going to do. Your people made a whole bunch of videos telling us to stay out of Jamaica business. So that's what I'm going to do. I was going to help, but hell, y'all said stay out of the business, Bumba Clyde. Okay, you ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. You got it. Jamaicans don't need nothing. Well, go ahead and do you. Why y'all up here though? I don't see y'all down there. All the ones talking about what you don't need. Your ass is comfortable up under us up here. Huh? Listen. Come on now, y'all give me some retweets. Let everybody know we're in here. Let's get about 5,000 people in here. We almost got 3. All right, give me some retweets, family. Let folks know that we're live right now. We got to get into this. Oh, we got to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get into this thing. Yeah? A lot of these people, let's be very real. They have a deep-seated resentment towards foundational Black Americans, period. And that comes from the colonized mindset. See, family, we got 2 different dispositions. See, they were enslaved and colonized because they made deals. See, they made their so-called riders, they made treaty deals with the damn British, which legitimized the subjugation. I want y'all to follow me because I get deep on this subject. Even though they were enslaved down there, the free maroons that they had who were supposed to be the riders, they got compromised and they ended up signing a treaty with the British. And part of that treaty was that they get a certain level of autonomy as maroons, but they had to turn in some runaway slaves. So they made a janky deal that legitimized white supremacist subjugation over there. They sat there and went along with it on paper. So that created a middleman mindset over there. You understand? That's the thing that makes foundational Black Americans so unique. Unlike the colonial powers in the Caribbean or in Africa, we never signed no deal. We've never made plea deals. We never wrote any shit on paper where we're going along with the subjugation. It's always been resistance with us, with foundational Black Americans. We're the only people who never made a deal with these people. That's why we are the wild card. Yeah? So the treaty mentality versus resistant culture, there's a different disposition there. So with us, there's a lack of submission, and that generates resentment from those who co-sign their own colonization. You follow me? We're going to get deep, ladies and gentlemen. So this is why they have this inherited allegiance to the crown. They're still under British occupation. They still think that they're part of the British Empire. A lot of them over there, they maintain this emotional and these cultural ties to Britain. See, the Queen remained like the head of the official state until recently. You know, the British Crown is still the head of state over there to a certain degree. So they still celebrate the British traditions. They value their UK visas. And they see the UK as their second homeland. When the Queen died, y'all remember how them Jamaicans were acting. Remember? When the Queen of England died, them Jamaicans, Bambagla. No, Queen, not the Queen. Bambagla. Rolling all around on the damn ground. We saw you. We didn't forget. Oh, we saw you. Y'all were wondering, we over here like, what the hell? I told y'all, they think that they're part of the British Crown. Oh, they were acting a fool when the Queen died. Oh, they're rolling around getting jerk chicken sauce all on their clothes. The Queen, the Queen, the government, doing all of the butterfly and shit. Oh, they were acting a fool. Yeah. So we were confused. I told y'all, don't be confused. No. What you keep saying, speak on Al Sharpton. What about Al Sharpton? Sauce. What you keep, hold on. Sauce. What about Al Sharpton? Sauce. What about him? I don't know what's going on with Al Sharpton. What's going on with Al Sharpton? Sauce. Why the hell he can speak on Al Sharpton? What? I don't know. Why is he asking me to speak on Al Sharpton? What happened with Al Sharpton? I'm trying to see. I'm looking in the thing. This dude keeps saying the shit over and over. Okay, hold on. It takes a few minutes. Hold on. Okay, hold on. It takes a minute. Okay, that's old freaking news. Saying he's an informant. Okay, that's old news. That's old damn news. Man, don't spam the room with old ass news. People have been knowing that for decades about Sharpton. That's not new. Y'all, okay. Man, don't spam. If y'all spam the room with some bullshit, we're going to have your ass banned. Yeah, that's old. Oh, okay, so they dropped some new paperwork, but that's old news. Come on, man. Stopping the flow of the broadcast. But listen, going back to that Jamaican mindset, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We have cultural independence. A lot of them have cultural dependency. Yeah? Our moral strength is rooted in struggle, not submission. See, foundational Black Americans, we're spiritually, morally stronger. We ain't never made no deal. Our culture was forged through an unbroken resistance. We ain't never made no paper agreements. Not only did they make these paper agreements, then later on, they start making these deals where they had little racial caste systems over there that they went along with. That's that whole thing with Kamala Harris's dad. He's a part of that little racial caste system. You understand? And then there's a lot of hate and jealousy over foundational Black Americans' global influence. We are the global influence. Despite us being enslaved over here, we became the most influential Black group globally in music, politics, sports, fashion, activism. And that influence came without treaty favors, us begging for visas, none of that. You feel me? And that type of dominance that we have culturally, that frustrates a lot of these folks. Because a lot of times they feel invisible on the world stage despite having done everything right on paper and aligning with the colonial powers. See, that's where you messed up. See, y'all think y'all did things the right way. You didn't. You made deals with the devil that we didn't make. That's why we still fly like that. Yeah? And let's be real, family. Those workers at a lot of them hotels down there, not all of them, because I've been to several places in Jamaica, but I have seen some of the workers at some of those resorts. And how many people went to Jamaica before? How many of y'all been to Jamaica? Because a lot of these people, and y'all seen it, let's be real. Can we talk real? Some of these workers down there, they'll act different towards Black Americans than they do to the white tourists. When the white tourists show up, boy, they're skinning and grinning. Welcome to Jamaica, man. Oh, y'all throw that accent? Welcome. Out of many, we are one. But them teeth are gleaming. Hello, white people. Bumberclad. Out of many is one love. Anything you need, just call me. I'll bring you anything you need. I got you your own fruit punch. I squeezed it myself. Bumberclad. Oh, when the white people show up, it's all teeth. Now, when we go to the resorts, hey, brother, can I get an extra towel? Soak your mother. They give you the stank look. Damn, I just need an extra towel, brother. Okay, coming up soon. Then it take about 3 hours for them to bring up one wash rag. They do a little passive aggressive shit with us. Oh, it gets y'all. Come on now, y'all done seen it. Oh, they get real passive aggressive with us. Come on, they've been doing that. Don't let them make you think this hurricane done made them think like that. No, no, no. Let's be real. Listen. There's an envy of foundational Black American autonomy and wealth. See, a lot of these people over there, they're working at them resorts. They live in poverty. The people over there, they can't even access their own beaches over there. You can't go to your own beaches over there. But foundational Black Americans, we can go to the beaches. We arrive over there with confidence, with money, with style, with influence. We didn't have to bow down to no European powers either. We didn't have to sign no deals. So that triggers a lot of feelings of inadequacy and a lot of economic jealousy. So then it's easier for them to mask those feelings with rudeness and passive aggression. You know? This is why they always hollering about, we go down there, entitled, oh, you're arrogant. Yeah, we walk into these spaces and we got confidence, we do direct communication, and we have high standards. So they interpret that as arrogance. Now, when white people go over there, they don't have to ask twice for nothing. That scene is just normal or professional. See, because in that colonial mindset, in that society, they're taught that white people have the right to demand excellence and good service. But Black people should be passive and grateful. So when foundational Black Americans show up, wanting things to be done right after we spend our money, or entitled arrogance. No, that's not entitlement or arrogance. We just want what we paid for. And we don't even ask for much. Just we want a clean room. When we go there, we want good service, clean room. We're giving you all this damn money. Give us some good service. Bumberclad, entitled, arrogant. Huh? Come on. Let's be real. So that resentment that they have, that already existed, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't just conjure that up recently. You understand? See, we represent what a lot of them feel denied. They feel like we have dignity without permission. Foundational Black Americans, we don't ask permission from anybody to demand quality. See, we have an unapologetic dignity, and it offends a lot of people who grew up internalizing the idea that dignity has to be granted to them by colonial powers. Yeah? So that triggers a lot of hostility in people. You understand? It's real deep. And the thing is, man, we have high standards. We're not a third world thinking people. You understand? See, they try to force us, foundational Black Americans, into humility as a way to normalize struggle. See, this constant thing about, FBAs need to humble themselves. You're arrogant, you're entitled. What that means is, okay, we need to lower our expectations so they can feel better about their own conditions instead of raising their own standards. They want us to shrink to theirs. Yeah? Let's be real. The fact that we, foundational Black Americans, we can travel. We get our money up and we can travel and go places and enjoy ourselves and demand great service. And we ain't got to bow down to nobody to do it. And then you got these people on these islands, you seeing us come out there enjoying ourselves with money. We can go on beaches you can't go to. We out here living it up, eating good, drinking good. Then you got to serve us? That's the killing part right there. That's the part that really eats that ass. That they got to see us balling out down there. Then you got to serve us. So yeah, all of this stuff, it's been pent in. They have to bite their tongue. Hello, sir. Would you like the buffet? Yes, can I get some more jerk sauce, please? Okay, nigga. That resentment, boy, they want to go off. They can't do it at the resort like that. Because then you get some complaints and they'll get fired. We start hollering at the manager on their ass, they get fired. So do y'all know some of these people hate the fact that they got to serve us? Oh, they hate the fact that they got to serve us. That chaps their ass. Yeah? That really chaps that ass, man. And the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't live as third worlders, that really chaps their ass. That's why there's always a need for them to try to bring us down a peg and project their third world poverty onto us. Notice they always come over here trying to compare our cities to their shanty towns. Well, you talk about our homeland. What about Chicago, Nia? What about it? It is just like my homeland. No, it ain't. What about Detroit and Baltimore? It ain't like your homeland. You can fantasize all you want. It's nothing like your homeland. The Crips and the Bloods, nothing like your homeland. See, a lot of these people, there's a resentment from them fleeing poverty while we stayed and fought. See, a lot of African and Caribbean immigrants, we're going to talk real, they come from countries with limited infrastructure, extreme poverty, corrupt governments. So you come here hoping that all of us are suffering too. And when you see foundational Black Americans living in functional cities, owning businesses, having cultural capital, that challenges the whole narrative of shared struggle. So that causes resentment. And then that immigrant guilt, that turns into projection instead of dealing with the guilt and shame of having to flee. Yeah. They start projecting that onto us. Talking about Chicago, and I know it ain't the same. And we are a constant reminder that survival, it doesn't require fleeing. We endured chattel slavery, Jim Crow, mass incarceration, systematic oppression, yet we stayed here and we fought for rights. We built up the modern Black identity that's recognized and appreciated globally. And a lot of people who fled from hardship, they're unsettled by that. And see, foundational Black Americans, see, we represent the ability to endure and still maintain dignity, pride, and cultural dominance without running. And that clashes with that escape and assimilate mindset. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you notice all of the gossip blogs that are popular are run by non-FBAs. All of these gossip blogs that denigrate us, Shade Room, Media Takeout, Lipstick Alley, World Star, run by non-FBAs, and they go out of their way to cherry pick the worst images, fights, arrests, all types of negative, derogatory things to portray us with, to bring us down a peg, to bring us down to their cultural level. You understand? That's a deliberate campaign to drag us in the gutter with them psychologically, which is what they think they're doing. Yeah? It's deep. But family, there's a lot of jealousy and contempt there that was already there, ladies and gentlemen. That jealousy and contempt was already there. And family, even when we help them, even when we step up for these people, even when we try to defend them against people trying to appropriate their culture, instead of them siding with us, they side with people in the dominant society. Y'all remember when Adele, the white lady Adele, she did, let me see if I can pull up a picture of this. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of this, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Hold on. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull up that picture. Where's that picture? I'm trying to see that picture of Adele. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that joint. Where's that picture of Adele? Okay. Where's that damn picture? Okay, did they delete it? What happened? Okay, where's that picture? Okay, somebody deleted that. Where's the hell is that? Okay, I'm looking for that picture of Adele from back in the day. Where's that picture? Okay, now I can't find it. I can't find it. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can, hold on. Let me try to find that picture this way. Hold on. Hold on one second. I had it because I tweeted about it and I was going in on people about it. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, here's the picture. Okay. Y'all remember this picture right here? Let me show y'all the picture, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what am I doing? I'm messing up here, guys. Hold on. All right, this is the picture of Adele right here. So she was rocking some Bantu knots and a Jamaican tank top. A Jamaican top, not a tank top, but a Jamaican top. And we were like, oh, okay. Now, the foundation of Black Americans, we were like, hey, y'all got to be careful with this, guys. Come on now. Y'all got to be careful with this. We didn't say too many negative things about it, but we said, y'all got to kind of be careful. And boy, do y'all know the Jamaicans and the Africans were going in on us? Do y'all remember? They were clowning us. They were like, shut up, Bumberclad, leave Adele alone. Oh, they loved it. They fell in love with it. They were mad at us for kind of telling them, hey, y'all kind of watch out, man, for that appropriation. Y'all shut it up. Shut your blood clot mouth. Oh, they were telling us to shut the hell up and leave the white woman alone. The Jamaicans and the damn Africans were doing that. Bantu nuts are for everyone, nigga. Oh, okay. That's why your ass got colonized like that. Okay? They were telling us to shut the hell up and leave the white woman alone. Y'all look that up. Okay, all right, but do you? Do you? Yeah, they always side with the dominant society against us. That's the colonizer mindset. That's why we clash. We don't compromise like that. We don't compromise like that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's another video. This guy right here. I don't know if he's Caribbean or African. Let me play a little clip of this guy here. This was on my brother's page as well. This was on Soul Food's page. Now, this guy had the whole hairline and all. Then this is another projection. This guy's talking about us not wanting to identify with African, and our culture got replaced with shame. Hold on, listen to this. Hold on. Now look at the hairline. I think this guy's somewhere from Africa somewhere. Hold on.
The Black Americans, some of you say I'm African. You say it with your full chest. And that's because your history was wiped clean and replaced with shame. But let me ask you something. If you're not African, what are you? You're not white. You're not brown. You're not Asian. You're not native. Where do you belong?
Sir.
Okay. This fool said our history got wiped out and replaced with shame? Man, let me tell you something. These tethers are always trying to speak for us. You musty tethers can't speak for us. You can't speak for us. Speak for your damn self. You're the one who got shame. Oh no, you don't speak for us. You do not speak for us. Let me tell you something. Boo-Boo Tunde. Listen, foundational Black American history, that's a story of survival and superhuman resilience. We survived the most brutal system of slavery in world history, not just captivity, but dehumanization, cultural eraser attempts, forced labor, generational trauma, yet we still produce culture, family, music, and resistance. That's not a story of shame. That's a divine story of survival against all odds. Speak for your damn self. The greatest cultural influence on earth comes from foundational Black Americans, despite being enslaved. We're the most influential Black culture in the world. Jazz, blues, hip hop, gospel, rock and roll, fashion, slang, dance, activism. The world mimics foundational Black American culture. That proves our legacy is not shameful. It's trend-setting, dominant, and it's revered. That's why y'all over there trying to look and act and talk like us. Ain't nobody trying to cosplay you, are they? Nobody's trying to act like you. Everybody's trying to act like us, though. Listen, shameful was sitting up here signing janky deals with the damn white supremacists and then getting colonized. You up here trying to make deals with the devil and they still wipe your ass out. That's the shame. See, enslavement, that wasn't a choice. That was against our will. With you tethers helping the white supremacists get us hemmed up against our will, so we've been resisting all along. But you collaborated and then got hemmed up because the deal was janky. See, with us, there was no negotiation, there was no treaty, there was no compromise. See, that is where the honor comes in. The shame is for you fools who collaborated with these colonizers, sold some of the people away, signed away your own sovereignty in Africa. I broke this down the other day, family. In order for them to have colonized those African nations over there, in order for them to colonize them, before the Berlin Conference, because the Berlin Conference, they created the Berlin Conference so that the European powers wouldn't go to war with each other. They didn't want to go to war with each other when they were pillaging Africa and carving it up, because they were like, this is I'm gonna plant my flag here, I'm claiming this area. And another European power said, well, I claimed that area yesterday. So then they start fighting. They say, no, we don't need to do that. Let's have a meeting. We're gonna have a meeting and we're gonna flesh everything out so that when we carve this place up, we're not stepping on each other's toes. It's very important that we do not step on each other's toes when we carve this joint up. So they had the Berlin Conference, all right? They had the conference in Berlin, 1884, something like that. You understand? Follow me. And I talked about this the other night on Twitter Space. I was breaking this down. So when they were going to have the Berlin Conference, they told the folks, hey, listen, to make this easy, we're going to have y'all come on in, show that you've already got somewhat of a foothold in some of these areas you want to claim. You got to show us that you got some kind of mission there. You got to show us that you got some type of deal in place already. Show us that you got some kind of complicity with the people already. They called it the principle of effective occupation. That's what it was called. That was one of the rules. You got to come in and show that you have the principle of effective occupation. Show that you can handle things on the ground, that you got a treaty. Show that some of the local rulers over there agree through some kind of treaty, even if you're finessing them. Just show that they got some kind of complicity. So what they did, they would show up to the Berlin Conference. France was like, hey, look, I got 300 treaties signed by different African chiefs. Britain showed up, hey, I got 400 treaties signed by different African chiefs. The Belgium said, okay, I got 450 treaties signed. So, okay, well, since you got that in that area, you're going to get the Congo. Britain, you're going to get most of those joints over there in West Africa since you got a bunch of treaties. So it was very important for them to get these African chiefs complicit with it. You understand? Now, Italy failed. Italy failed because Menelik, and I talked about that the other day, because Menelik had a deal with Italy. But Menelik had the Ethiopian version of the treaty, and Italy had the Italian version, and they added some other words in the Italian version. In the Italian version, it said all foreign trade has to go through Italy if it's going to be done with Ethiopia. Now, Menelik didn't know it said that, but when the Italians went to Europe and said, hey, we need to colonize them because we got this treaty, and this treaty says that we can come on in and take over everything, Menelik said, oh, hell no, I didn't sign up for that now. So Menelik got his weight up and started fighting them off. So he was the only one who was able to fight the European powers off, even though he signed the treaty. You understand? But these fools were complicit. They were complicit in it. They signed them janky-ass treaties. That was the thing that justified getting them hemmed up. So with them signing the treaties, in their mind and still in their colonial mind now, they think, okay, we just made a bad deal. We didn't really get, enslaved or taken over or subjugated. Our corrupt leaders just don't know how to make the deal better. Yeah, Menelik got help from Russia. So they were over there making them dumbass deals. You understand? They're making them janky-ass deals. Got hemmed up. And then when they realized it was too late, they tried to fight back, but it was some of them tried to fight back, but it was too late. Like when Germany had East Africa, Germany had a lot of spots over there in East Africa. And when Germany went back in there with those treaties to do some full colonizing, some of those African nations over there, they were like, oh shit, let's use our magic water. They thought they can sign the janky treaty deal, and if they renege on the deal and try to get at them, well, they had magic water, and the magic water was going to repel the bullets. So y'all look that up. Look up the magic water and the German slaughter. They went up against them Germans and all them German guns. These fools put some magic water on and got shot the hell up. Oh shit, the water don't whack. Shit, more water. I'm getting wet up. So yeah, the Germans killed damn near 250,000 of them. So Britain had to step to them and say, Germany, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all can't do that. Y'all making the block hot. Y'all gonna make this shit hot for us. Y'all just can't be slaughtering people now. Do what we do. We get a few Sambos and we get some of the tribes, and we'll give one of these tribes a little money and give them a little status, and then let them fight each other. Don't do all that. No, y'all gonna make the streets hot. So again, that shows the mindset that a lot of these people have. That shows that mindset. Oh yeah, they put on some magic damn water. But yeah, this fool talking about we inherited shame the hell out of here. Listen, America is, we built the wealth of the most powerful nation on earth. That's because of our unpaid labor and our cultural exports. Because we are the culture of the United States. We went from chains to champions, ladies and gentlemen. Foundational Black Americans, we are the historic and heroic arc. Listen, every powerful hero story has a fall and a rise. Our history is a historic narrative, is a heroic narrative, rising out of the ashes of slavery to inventors, civil rights leaders, entrepreneurs, scholars, global icons. That's why everybody looks up to us. Our story is mythic, it's spiritual, it's inspirational. It ain't shameful. Shameful is sitting up here making a damn janky deal with the European powers, and you're the majority, and a small group of people are whooping your ass with bamboo sticks and hitting you in the head with shea butter shells. And you so shit. That's shameful. Shameful is still being tribal. And it's a gazillion of you on the damn continent, and you still divided by your damn tribes. You haven't put them tribes together to come together and build up the damn place. Still doing primitive tribal shit. That's shameful. Yeah, they project that shame onto us because of colonization. Yeah? Y'all were the majority, and we're the minority over here, and still fought back vehemently. Yeah? Y'all sat up and signed them treaties, submitted to them flags, submitting to them languages, colonial control, and you're still dealing with the fallout. That shame is internal. Don't project it onto us. Again, the great thing about us, ladies and gentlemen, foundational Black Americans, we ain't never, ever signed no damn treaty or plea deal with none of the European powers. We've never, ever co-signed them. We have never, ever co-signed subjugation on paper. Never. That's why it's always up with us. Yeah? We fought, resisted, rebelled, redefined ourselves. So there's a pride that comes with that. Never submitting voluntarily to European systems. Yeah, we were occupied. We were not colonized. That's why we still got a fighting spirit, family. That's why we don't take no shorts. We got a certain damn energy. Family, did y'all see this video? You know what? Let me see if I can find it, of this Black family down in Mexico. It's a foundational Black American family in Mexico. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a video down there. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Here it is right here. Shout out to Woods. Nibiru 1000. Okay, so this is the Black FBA family down in Mexico. So they tried to pull a whammy bammy. They tried to finesse them out of some money on some little boat excursion. And the Black family, no, you're going to give us our damn money back. Oh, no. Yeah, they were about to get scammed, and they're like, oh, no. No, you gonna give us, no, it was like $2,100 or something. They're like, oh no, you gonna give us our money back. And then somebody said, should we call the police? The brother was like, the dad was like, no. They might have to call the police here because we're gonna tear this damn boat up if they don't give us our money. They ended up giving them their damn money back too. Hold on, let me show y'all this video. This is our spirit right here. This is that FBA spirit right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hold on. This is how we roll.
Starting off with the money that we paid.
First of all, let me get the island money back.
Yes.
Go get that first.
Where's our island money?
Go get that first.
We ain't even going to the fucking island.
Let me get the island money back first.
I'm
Let
the
me get
worst
the
one
doc fee
ever.
back first. Let me get the doc fee. Hey, listen.
Let me transfer.
We done gave. He understand everything I'm saying. He understand everything I'm saying.
But I need to understand everything
Hey,
you
Brody,
motherfuckers say.
let me get the doc fee back and all the money that you charged my whole family to get on this boat, man. We not giving y'all nothing. Or guess what? We not calling no motherfucking police. They gonna call them. They gonna call them. They gonna call them. Hey, y'all ain't finna to beat us out of 2,100 like that, pimp. We finna tear this whole pier up. So y'all can get the police out here. Let me get my money back.
The money right there, right? I mean, that's my word, but I don't have the money.
Hey, Brody.
Hey, don't holler at me. Because y'all got a fucked up reputation. They told us not to fuck with y'all. And then you turn around and play it.
Now you see that?
Okay?
Yeah. 6, 7.
You see that? That's what we do. That's what we damn do. Everywhere we go, we stand on some damn business. Every one of y'all got uncles and aunts just like that, or your mama, somebody like that. Every goddamn one of y'all got people just like that. We don't all that. We don't understand English. No, you gonna understand an ass whooping? No, you gonna give us our paper back. Yeah, that's that Majara spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's how we do. We don't play with folks like that. You understand? They gonna sit up there and act dumb. No. Yeah, you gonna call the police for yourself. Because we'll clear this whole damn boat out. Yeah, that's my mom. Oh, shit. That's my mom. All day. Come on, y'all know how we get down. We ain't about to get beat out of no paper. Hell no. We ain't about to get finessed by no damn company, no matter where we are. Yeah? Yeah, a lot of folks ain't got that kind of energy that we have. Y'all see, I won't even play that video. Y'all seen the video over there, the white man over in Kenya, up here spitting on some people. It was like some police officers over there, some white man spitting on them and putting his finger in their face and coughing on them and doing all this weird stuff. Yeah, they weren't about to beat them out no 2,100. You see? And then they sit up and say, you're arrogant, entitled. We just don't take no bullshit. That's not arrogance and entitled. We don't have a third world mindset where it's just normal to get beaten, scammed, and you take less service than what you deserve. No, we ain't got that mindset. You gonna give me what the hell I paid for or give me my damn money back. It's that damn simple. That's not entitlement. I gave you money, you gonna give me some service or give me the goddamn money back. Entitled. That's not entitled nothing. We ain't third worlders. You gonna give it up. You know? Don't get mad at us because we don't take crumbs. Don't get mad at us. But man, going back to the Jamaicans, and again, I ain't hating on Jamaicans, but hey, we're gonna get some damn straightening. We're gonna get some straightening because we're gonna have to talk truth to power. We're gonna have to talk truth to power. Now listen, let's be real. When we go back, when we look at a lot of foolery that goes on, we got to see where it's been coming from. we got to see who's been aligning with the white supremacists. Family, in the 1930s, around 1939, there was a senator from Mississippi named Theodore Bilbo. He was from Mississippi. Theodore Bilbo was a white supremacist. He was an open white supremacist. Major. And back then, they were very open about white supremacy. So he was a senator down there. And at the time, you know, the eugenics movement was a big thing around the 1930s. And the Harlem Renaissance was popping, so there was a lot of foundational Black American pride going on. And this senator, seeing all of that foundational Black American pride coming out of the Harlem Renaissance and Black people embracing Blackness, this guy had a plan. He introduced a plan, something called the Greater Liberia Act of 1939. And what he wanted to do, he wanted to deport millions of Black Americans to Africa. They wanted to frame it first as voluntary repatriation. His argument was like, hey, you know, all this lynching and stuff, well, hey, you guys can just have your own country to yourself over in Africa. We'll help you get it. So the purpose was basically was framed to help Black Americans return to Africa. But it was really about removing Black people from the United States so they can preserve white racial dominance. And he openly stated the goal was to solve the Negro problem by basically low-key relocating the entire Black population to Liberia and then maintaining a whites-only America. And they proposed using like federally funded migration programs that would use taxpayers' money to transport people over. And they were going to expand Liberia's existing borders. And the structure initially was going to be so-called voluntarily, but it was going to be a mass removal. That's what they wanted. Black leaders and activists around the United States said, hell no. What the hell is that? W.B. Du Bois, they said hell no. NAACP said hell no. Brothers like A. Philip Randolph said, hell no, that ain't nope. This is our homeland here. We ain't with no goofy ass program like that. The black press knew what it was. They're like, no, this is our homeland here. We're not going along with no program like that. You know who supported him though? You know who supported this white supremacist who was an open white supremacist, Theodore Bilbo? You know who supported him? Take a guess. Who supported him? I want to see if y'all can guess. Who supported this plan? Let me see if y'all can guess. Guess who supported it? Come on. Let me see if y'all can guess. What's up, Ebony D? There you go. Give him hell, God. No, not Frederick Douglass. This was after Frederick Douglass. Marcus Garvey supported him. And Marcus Garvey was already exiled over into Britain. Marcus Garvey wasn't even in the Caribbean no more. Marcus Garvey was over in Britain supporting this. And they still have the UNIA over here. So Garvey had the UNIA going around getting signatures to support the plan. Garvey's ass was supporting that bullshit. Garvey. We're going to have to really assess how legitimate Garvey was. We're going to have a conversation about Garvey that's long overdue. We're going to have to sit down and have a real deep conversation about Garvey and what his mission really was. Garvey was co-signing that fuck shit. You feel me? A whole Jamaican, and it was the UNIA and Garvey and those guys sitting up here co-signing that horse shit. We're going to have to really look at some of these Jamaicans. Not all of them, but come on. We're going to have to look at that energy coming out of there, man. It's always some weird stuff. No disrespect. And again, we got good Jamaican brothers and sisters. We do. But man, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Since we getting it all off our chest, let's get it all off our damn chest then. So we want to tell you black Americans how we feel. Okay, let's tell y'all how we feel about Garvey. Let's talk about all of them. Let's talk about the shower posse. You want to talk about doing damage? Those drug dealers came over here in the 80s from Jamaica working with the damn CIA, flooding the neighborhoods on the East Coast with drugs and murdering so many foundational black Americans. Do we need to talk about that too? Let's talk about all of it. If we're going to get down and get shit off our chest, let's get it all off our chests. Huh? A lot of foolery coming from Jamaica, man. Going back to Italy. Earlier I talked about Italy trying to colonize Ethiopia. When Italy got expelled out of Ethiopia in the late 1800s with King Menelik running them out because he got weapons from Russia and ran them out, Italy felt like they got bitched out. Italy, they looked like a punk in the eyes of other Europeans. Italy became the bitch of Europe, all right? Italy was getting clowned by the other European powers. The other European powers was like, hey, Italy, you good? I mean, you got those Africans ran you the hell up out of there. I mean, you good? Fuck you. Shut up. It was an untimely situation. So Italy was, they had a bug in their ass about Ethiopia because they got bitched out. So they tried to spin the block in the 1930s and they said, okay, we're going to go back over there. We got to get our lick back. So we're going to try to occupy Ethiopia again. So they went in there and they occupied them for a few years. We, foundational black Americans, we lined up all around the country to go volunteer to fight. Our great brother, John C. Robinson, who was the precursor to the Tuskegee Airmen, he was an airman who learned how to fly, became very thorough. He went over there, taught them how to fly planes a certain way, joined their Air Force over there, gave them a lot of game. The black press over here was making a lot of noise to get Italy up out of there. So we really put in work to help them over there. We didn't want to see them get colonized. So we were stomping hard to get the Italians off their back. And eventually the Italians got off their back. They were not able to colonize them. Yes, the Black Condor, John C. Robinson, legend. To thank foundational black Americans for helping Ethiopia, Haile Selassie offered land over there in Ethiopia to us. He said, we want to go back and forth, have dual citizenship. Come on, I'll let y'all come over to this land. We got some land set aside just for you foundational black Americans. Come on over. Because y'all stood up for us. Y'all came over and helped us. We appreciate you, so we got land for you. You know what happened? Before we can go over there and enjoy it and kind of go back and forth, we're like, hey, that'd be a cool little vacation spot. The Jamaicans found out, and they bum rushed over there and took over the land. They took the damn land before we can even set foot over there. Jamaicans ran over there, and they didn't lift a fucking hand to fight. The Jamaicans went over there and took it. Huh? They went over there and took it over. When they saw that it was for us, oh, well, I'm American too. The West Indies is America, Bumbaclat. I'm a Rastafarian. Because that's when Haile Selassie went over there to, when he visited Jamaica, they created a religion, because his name was Rastafari. That was his title. So they created the religion of Rastafarianism based on Haile Selassie. So then they jumped over there and took over that land over there in Ethiopia. So, dude, we're going to have a conversation. Oh, y'all, everything I'm saying, please look it up, family. Everything I'm saying, please look it up. Yeah? Everything I'm saying. Well, we got a lot of folks in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Look up everything I'm saying, family. So how do I know so much about history? Good question, man. You know what? My beautiful mother, let me tell you why. That's a very good question. Because somebody else was asking me that. And I was thinking, I just be knowing shit. People ask me, I just be knowing shit. I don't know. That's just, it's kind of weird. It's almost kind of weird. I just be kind of knowing shit. But I think my mother, when I was a child, you know what my mother did? My mother got me some cheap encyclopedias at a yard sale. She got like a whole volume A to Z of encyclopedias at a yard sale. Because, you know, encyclopedias are kind of expensive. But she got some at a yard sale for me when I was a child. And I read every single volume. Because at the time, you know, this is the 80s, man. We didn't have the internet. And, you know, I like to stay up late sometimes. And back then, wasn't shit on TV. You know, TV went off. Y'all remember when TV, at some point, even TV went off. You know, they play the Star Spangled Banner, then this shit just go off. Wouldn't be no more TV. You got to wait till 7 o'clock in the morning or some shit. No, you didn't have shit to do but read. So my mother gave me some encyclopedias, and I read every single page of all volumes. Just really out of boredom, but it was interesting stuff. So it was a bunch of interesting information, just random tidbits of interesting information. Literally from A to Z. I read everything on A, then the book, everything on B. So I just happened to have a bunch of random knowledge. So when you see certain things, you can kind of reference it. So I have a reference guide. It's weird. I just be knowing shit. I just be knowing shit. I was the smart kid. You know? And also it's written in the DNA too. Also another thing too, to be honest, again, there's another thing. Just tapping in with the ancestral energy too. Tapping in with the ancestral energy. You just kind of learn stuff that way. It's deep. It's kind of deep. That's why I like going places like Louisiana. I like going down where our ancestral energy is heavy because the ancestors will give you information. That's why I just be knowing shit. The ancestors just be giving you shit. That's why I love going down to Louisiana. I'm telling you, have y'all been to Louisiana? How many people been down to Louisiana? Dude, when I say I can feel the energy of the trees down there, I'm telling you, I get messages from the trees down there in Louisiana. The trees, the water, I get messages, and I'm not trying to sound too spooky or metaphysical, but I get messages from the trees and the water down there in Louisiana. Some of y'all who are from there, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Those trees down there, your father's from Louisiana, you know? And, you know, I live down in Alabama, so yeah, those trees, but yeah, when you're around the water and around that ancestral energy, you can really, really feel it. You know, and I'm telling you, I get around some of that ancestral energy and just knowledge starts popping in out of nowhere. The ancestors will speak to you. That's why you see actors, when they go down Louisiana and they work on them plantations, they start having breakdowns. That's why John Amos, who did Roots, I'm talking about the original Roots in the 70s, they were filming on a real plantation. Them ancestors hit John Amos. He had a breakdown. He had like one of them ancestral breakdowns. You said Bobby Hemmett and them used to talk about that. Dude, I'm telling you, that shit is real. That is, man, you feel that. When you go down there, yeah, you feel it. When you're tapped in, you can really feel it. John Amos went down there and had a breakdown on the damn plantation. The brother who did 12 Years a Slave, he was in that. He had a breakdown on the plantation. That energy hits you. That energy hits you. That shit is real. The energy in Louisiana is real heavy because you got a place with all of that ancestral energy, all of them trees, that water, and water retains energy and it retains spirits. Water retains spirits. That's real. Water retains spirits, ladies and gentlemen. That's why Lake Lanier be out here clocking folks. That ain't no damn coincidence. We know the story of Lake Lanier, and they put that water over a black town like that. That's why that water gets revenge. Man, people, they be having the most weird deaths on Lake Lanier. Y'all remember about a year ago, some white boy went over there, got in Lake Lanier and got electrocuted, and they can't explain why he got electrocuted. People get unalived in the most strangest ways on Lake Lanier. You think that ancestral energy is not real? A dude got electrocuted, and they don't even know how. They're still trying to figure out how the hell did he get electrocuted. Huh? And people talk about going into Lake Lanier and feeling something pulling them down. Several people said that. They went to Lake Lanier, they're swimming, they felt something pulling them down. Ryan Coogler, he filmed, Sinners in Louisiana. Some of those scenes we filmed. What did we film? We either filmed buck breaking. I think we filmed buck breaking down there. Either buck breaking or Hidden Colors 5. It was one of my movies we filmed down there. Same in some of the same locations where they shot Sinners. Yeah. But yeah, the energy is real, man. Yeah, go down. Y'all need to visit South Carolina. Y'all need to visit plantations, man. Go down there just to give honor to the ancestors, to show them respect. When you show them respect, you go there honoring them. And I took my mother. It was so she got very overwhelmed. It was real heavy for her. Well, she's like, oh shit, I gotta sit down, man. This is kind of too much for me, because that you feel it, man. You feel that. But then with me, when I go on those plantations, I feel a responsibility to protect their honor. You understand? That's why I go hard body on tethers or anybody who disrespects the lineage. Because when I get around them plantations and I feel that ancestral energy, especially down in Louisiana, it is our duty to protect the legacy of those great people who suffered and sacrificed on those damn plantations. So when I go there, that energy renews me. I'm like, I give you honor, I give you praise, and I'm going to make sure the integrity of your legacy is always upheld and protected and respected. When you give the ancestors that, they give you game. Yeah, you pour out libations, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's why it's important for us to honor our foundational Black American ancestors. They were phenomenal people. Don't let nobody disrespect them, especially the people that fought to help these other people get here. Yeah, that Alabama energy is heavy too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. You know? But the South, man, just the South in general, where slavery was, y'all tap into that energy down there. Y'all tap into it. It's there. You start respecting them ancestors, they're going to start respecting you, and they're going to start giving you a lot of game. You're just going to start popping. You're going to start getting all types of knowledge. I'm telling you, when you respect them, they're going to give you the game. You're going to start just shit popping in your brain that you like, how did I know this stuff? It just starts coming to you. Yes, the vibrational energy. Yeah. Yeah. Come on now, that Georgia spirit. Yeah, go down to places like Savannah. See, Atlanta, it's still cool. You know, you got to go to the outskirts. But yeah, Savannah, Georgia, phenomenal ancestral energy there. Phenomenal. And you can feel it in the trees in Savannah too. You can feel that energy in the trees. You can feel it. Yeah? It's powerful. We got a spiritual connection, man. That's why a lot of us, family, how many of your grandparents in the South had a fig tree? How many of your family members had a fig tree? My grandmother had a fig tree in the backyard. How many of your families had fig trees? Raise your hand. If your family, because I know a lot of y'all have, your family had fruit trees and plums and apple trees and all that stuff. How many of them had fig trees in the yard? Because that was the thing with a lot of foundational Black American families, if you notice. A lot of FBA families, they would have fig trees in the backyard. And there was a reason for that. There was a few reasons. Number one, with fig trees, you can use them for preservatives and jellies and stuff like that. But also there was a spiritual thing with fig trees, family. Even on a subconscious level, the family knew that those fig trees, there was like a biblical thing about fig trees. There was a biblical thing. Yeah. In the Bible, they talk about fig trees. Yeah, they had fig trees. Yeah, the fig trees. It was almost spiritual protection to a certain degree, and it meant freedom because in the Bible it talks about having your own fig tree, being able to sit under your own fig tree. So there was a spiritual energy, and there was a protection with the fig trees. It was a very spiritual thing. That's why they talk about them in the Bible, and on a subconscious level, we knew that. You know? So that was a part of the hoodoo culture. So we knew certain plants and fruits and certain things to have around us. We knew. You know? We knew. It was symbolic, but yeah, we understood. We understood the spiritual aspect of it. So, our culture is deep, man. We got to tap into it and understand. That's why, man, I love chopping it up, especially with older foundational Black Americans. That's another thing, man. Start tapping in with your family. Please start tapping in. Talk to some of your family. Y'all just don't know how interesting some of you are. Some of y'all just don't know how interesting your own family is. See, we're taught African studies. We're taught to overlook looking at our own family and look over to Africa. No problem with that. But we got phenomenal people in our own lineage. But we stop asking questions about our own family, man. You start digging into your own family, you find some interesting ass stuff. There was a brother who called me up on my broadcast about a year ago. I was doing a Twitter space. And he mentioned that I mentioned a person named Junius Groves, who was a Black man who was the potato king. At coming out of slavery, he was the potato king. And this brother called me. He was like, hey, man, yeah, you mentioned Junius Groves. Hey, man, that was my ancestor. That was like my great-great-uncle, man. I don't know too much about him, but, I heard the family kind of mentioning him. And they were saying that, he was a well-known potato guy, but I just didn't go too deep into it. And I let him know, I said, brother, your great-great-uncle, man, he was like the richest Black man in America at one time. He's like, oh, damn. Yeah, brother, your relative was like the potato king of the world. He came out of slavery and he knew how to cultivate and grow potatoes. And everybody in the world would go to this guy to get potatoes. And he was big on starting schools and helping out Black civic organizations. And this was like one of the wealthiest Black men, not only in America, but in the world. Like, oh shit. He didn't even know all of that until I told him. It's his own family. Talk to your people, man. Y'all got some people in your family that's phenomenal people. You know? You got to talk to your family. See what they were up to. See what they were doing. You know? You talk to some of your own family members, man. You get some good stories out of them. You know? Your granddad saying about the first wave of it. Yeah. And how many of your family, and this is another thing, during Prohibition and all that stuff, a lot of Black families got into bootlegging liquor. Raise your hand if you had. like all of y'all raise hand. I can almost guarantee y'all had some bootleggers in your family. Y'all had, if you black, and you foundational black American, your ass had some bootleggers in the family. Somebody was bootlegging that whiskey and that moonshine in the woods. Come on. If you got family in the South, raise your hand if your family was bootlegging liquor. Mine, come on. My granny and granddad was doing it too. On both sides. My dad told me he was out there as a child bootlegging with them. My dad was in the woods bootlegging with them too. They had him out there stirring up that moonshine. Your family was bootlegging that liquor. They were trapping that liquor. Yes, they were. That was one of the hustles. And they had to do it in the woods. They had to go off in the woods, as my dad told me how they had to do it. Because if you did it on your land, they would come and just take your land. The authorities, they would come and confiscate your land. So they would have to do it off in the woods somewhere. They had to start that during Prohibition. Yeah. That potato liquor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Selling it at the juke joint. Your family was trapping that liquor. My grandma, church lady, she was trapping that liquor. Yeah. And you know how Prohibition really started? You know why it really started, by the way? Because we had to learn how to move and shake. Y'all know why Prohibition really started, when they had to ban alcohol? That was because of Rockefeller's ass. That's because of Rockefeller. You know, Rockefeller, the richest man ever. Rockefeller, they wanted a monopoly on oil and petrol fuel. They wanted a monopoly on petrol fuel. Henry Ford made a car, I think it was Ford who made a car, that ran off alcohol. So they were going to run cars off alcohol. And you could use alcohol from corn. And, you know, that was going to make a lot of farmers, you know, over here ball out. If you can have cars that can run off alcohol that you can make from corn, a lot of these farmers are going to ball out. So Rockefeller's, oh, hell no, y'all going to get this oil. So he sat up here and had a campaign. Rockefeller was the one funding the Prohibition. Oh, this alcohol is making people degenerate. Oh, people are being immoral. So we got to stop alcohol sales. All of the alcohol refineries. Oh, we got to stop it because, it's immoral and people are getting drunk and they're doing weird stuff. So that's what that was about. They wanted to get rid of alcohol. And when they were doing that, Rockefeller was building all these gas stations all around the place. You know? So that was really about the damn oil, getting rid of alcohol so it wouldn't fuel cars so that he can get a monopoly on the damn oil and all of that. Oh, that was a big ass finesse. That was a big old ass finesse. Yeah? That was a huge finesse. Yeah, the 1932 Great Depression was because of Rockefeller. And another thing about the Great Depression, see, that's kind of the gift and the curse. The Great Depression, a lot of black people, they weathered the Great Depression storm. A lot of black people, you know, you were affected indirectly by the Great Depression, but a lot of people, black folks, we were fine during the Great Depression. We weren't down bad like the dominant white society. We weren't down bad like them. We were fine in many cases. Remember, we had the Harlem Renaissance popping during the Great Depression. We were up there partying in Harlem during the Great Depression. So we had money. You know why? Because of discrimination and segregation at the time before the Depression. They were telling black people, we don't want you to bank here. We don't want your money in our banks. Black people, okay, cool. And you know how we do. We had our money in the mattress, under the house, in the yard. We had our money buried. Yeah, we were buying, yeah. We had our money buried in the house, under the wood, up in the attic. So yeah, we didn't have our money in banks. And plus, we didn't trust the banks anyway because we saw what the Freedman Bank did. We saw how we got finessed. So that's why y'all granny got all that shit under the mattress. All right? And you go to your grandma's house now, she still got some under that mattress. We got into the habit of putting stuff under the mattress, putting it under the house, putting it in the basement, burying it in the yard. Because we didn't trust them institutions anyway. So when them banks started eating up everybody's money, we were like, oh, damn, y'all good? Ooh, we heard y'all money got ate up. Oh, that's crazy. Well, hey, y'all said we couldn't put the money in the bank, so we good. We start buying Cadillacs. Cadillac needed to come to us because they about to go out of business. White people couldn't afford them. Only people who had money was us at the time to buy a damn car. We're like, hey, I got a little money in the yard. How much is that lac? I got that. Let me get that lac off you. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saved Cadillac. Yeah, that's why while white people out here robbing banks, that's what, remember in the 1930s, white people out here robbing banks left and right. Yeah? We out here doing our thing. Yeah? Yes, we did save Cadillac. Yeah? So, yeah, man, we've always known how to survive, man. We've always known how to survive and thrive, man. We've always known how to do that. Yeah? But anyway, let me get out of here, man. We've been here chopping it up, man. I think we had a great conversation. Everybody go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com and get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen, for the hilarious Harvest Hangout. We're going to have a lot of great comedians. We're going to have great food. It's going to be a vibe, ladies and gentlemen. hiddenhistorymuseum.com. And also get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right? I'm up out of here, guys. Papi Akute.